Have you ever found yourself walking down a bustling city street, surrounded by towering buildings on either side, when suddenly you find yourself stepping into a quiet, tree-filled square? The noise of the city fades into the background and is replaced by the soft rustling of leaves, the smell of azaleas, and the distant murmur of conversation. And as you walk through this space, you feel a sense of calm and a moment to breathe before emerging back into the rush of city life. This, my friends, is interstitial space. It is the space between spaces, the courtyards between apartments, the streets between buildings, the small parks nestled among high-rises. They are often overlooked, yet they play a crucial role in how we move through and experience our surroundings. Look above us. Between the ceiling and the floor, here is a space that allows for all of the systems to connect in order to make this room function and flow. Lighting, audio, sprinklers, air conditioning, all vital for function, yet seemingly unnoticeable. This is interstitial space. It's important for directing traffic, both pedestrian and vehicular, and when it's designed well, it can make our journeys much more meaningful, efficient, and effective. However, when the in-between does not engage its users well, the results can create divides and blockages. It can cause social isolation, induce negative emotions, reduce accessibility, and cause great security concerns. There are hundreds of successfully designed public interstitial spaces in Savannah, Georgia. The squares of Savannah's Oglethorpe Plan are excellent examples of this, intercepting people from one area to another, and by virtue of thoughtful design, there are places to rest, places to play, places to disconnect from the hustle and bustle, recharge, and personally connect with others. Forsyth Park is another beautiful example of this, intercepting people from every direction and catalyzing connections. Sometimes spaces don't achieve this well, and it can be highly noticeable because people and activity are missing in them. These places can look unwelcoming, uninviting, abandoned, simply by virtue of neglectful design of the public interstitial space. Something as simple as tree-lined walkways can make all of the difference. Even at River Street, which is one of Savannah's most attractive, publicly known destinations, we observe the cobblestone walkways and the tree-lined streets and think, this must have been here for quite some time. However, did you know that approximately 50 years ago, River Street was a workman's dirt pit? After a trip to Copenhagen, Denmark, a great mentor of mine and Savannah giant, the late Eric Meyerhoff, and his partner, Bob Gunn, transformed River Street into a destination for everyone. This is despite the expedient desire at the time to turn River Street into surface-level parking to feed retail on Broughton Street. Imagine if River Street had remained unchanged or become that parking lot devoid of people and experiences. It would have surely been a tragic loss for our community. And we wouldn't see the millions of visitors that come to experience this unique public space for its magnificence and charm. So what can we learn from this? Intentional design and attention to detail can transform the world around us. The Savannah Cultural Arts Center is a great example of this. It was designed by me and my team, and by virtue of positive design, there are so many wonderful pieces about it. I love sitting in the Adirondack chairs and looking up at nature, or taking a moment to sit along the bench and just rest and hold personal conversation with people that are just passing by. It's like a mosaic of intentional design, and it creates a beautiful space that's a positive receptor for personal experiences. Often we find ourselves going to and fro in our day-to-day, and we don't think about how the spaces around us make us feel. And it's often, well, admittedly, because we're distracted, right? Thinking about what just happened or anticipating what may happen next, that we don't think about the present at hand. So, how do we become more connected in a world that forces more isolation and disconnection on us than ever before? Well, we design it. Take a moment to be in the present. Pay attention to your surroundings and how they make you feel. Instead of doing your same old routines and staring at your screens, take a moment to be intentional about your time and how you occupy it. Maybe instead of designing your life to do the usual and the norm, take a moment to listen to an audiobook or learn a new language. Take the scenic route. It's so important that interstitial spaces are designed to be aesthetically pleasing and also functional for their end users. And this applies to both time and space. So I encourage you today to design your space and your time to be effective for your passion and your purposes. If the journey is the destination, then the in-between matters, the in-between of our time and the in-between of our space. So let's start today on a new journey, one that designs better time for ourselves and one that advocates for better design in our communities. If we do this, we will make a much more meaningful and magnificent life for all of us.